have now completed steps 1 through 7 on Figure 38. As an operator of the system, you will be using the top row of data keys, both for the entering of data and also for the activation of commands to the program. As it was just indicated, the program can prompt the operator by means of the display screen as to an action to be taken. The operator could use the command keys, if that is the case, to respond to the prompt. Figure 39 shows a prompting message that could be displayed as a result of a job that you could be running. Using the command key, respond to the prompt when your answer should be yes. First, press the command function key. Then, press the correct command key as shown in Figure 39 to answer yes to the prompting message. Using Figure 39, activate the correct command key to answer yes to the prompt. You should have pressed the command function key and the 9 command key. The display screen should indicate that you have hit the 9 command key, which indicates you have more data to enter. If you press a command key which is not active, an error message will indicate you have depressed an invalid command key. Respond to the message and then activate the 9 command key. Now, press the Enter key. At this time, respond to the prompt message in Figure 39 by answering No to the question. Activate the No command key. Again, look at the message in Figure 39 and respond to the question by answering No. Pressing the command function key and the command 10 key will provide the program with a no answer, as indicated on the screen. Press the Enter key before continuing. Many other commands can be given to a program in this manner. It is also possible that the command keys can be used to activate a program. As an operator, you will use the command key, as they are indicated in the template, that will be supplied with each job. Before continuing with this exercise, let's restore the command keys to their original function. Using Figure 38, complete steps 8 through 12. Please stop the tape now. There are other keys that have not been used up to this time in the course. These keys are program or system controlled and may not be active during the execution of a program. Activate the keyboard exercise program as you did previously by typing in EXER1. Then depressing the Enter key. Activate the program now. Now end the program operation by using the command and slash keys. Locate the dupe, DUP, or duplicate key on the left side of the keyboard. Let's use this key to start the exercise up again. You can type in EXER1 as you just did, or you could duplicate the previous entry shown on the screen. Press the duplicate key 5 times. The letters from the last entry should now be duplicated on the screen. EXER1 should now be visible on the screen. If it is not there, other controlling entries were made between the previous activation of the exercise and this point in time. In any event, you should be able to see the use of the duplicate key. Remember, this is a program-activated key, therefore it may not be active in all programs. If EXER1 is displayed on the last line, activate the exercise. If it is not, move the cursor to the first position of the line, type in EXER1, and then activate the exercise. This is done by pressing the Enter key. The name field should now be displayed. Enter your name into this field. If for some reason you had to end this exercise or job, the end of job sequence using the command and the slash keys could be used. Do not end the job at this time. There is another key on the keyboard labeled INQ for inquiry. This key will allow the operator to break into the operation of the program that is now executing. Press the inquiry key. The message shown is giving the operator three options. Option 0 returns the system operation to the current or interrupted program. Option 1 will direct the system to another program that can be used to perform some other function. Option 2 will end or terminate the current program or job. So now, as you can see, the program or job that is now currently active could be ended either by the normal end of job sequence or by using the inquiry key and taking the 2 option. Enter the 0 option. As it indicates, system control returns to the interrupted program. Press the INQ Inc key again, then enter the 1 option. Since there is no other program associated with this exercise, the 1 option brought you back to the current or interrupted program. Press the Inc key again, then enter the 2 option. As you can see, no totals nor end of job indications were given on the printer, but as you can see on the display screen, the system is ready to start a new job. One very important point should be considered at this time. Terminating the job by the inquiry key does not bring the job or program to a normal conclusion. That is, totals may not be taken, as was the case for this program. Let's look at some other keys. The system is waiting for action by the operator. The word ready is located on the right side of the screen. The system is ready to accept up to 3 lines of data. Now, after typing an asterisk in position 1, type in your name. Using the repeat and the slash keys, enter slashes on this line after your name until the cursor is again in the first position of the bottom line. On this line, type in the words keyboard exercise, and fill in this line with slashes until the cursor is again in the first position of the bottom line. To change the information on the first line of the record just typed in, you could move the cursor to the start of this record in a few different ways. You could use the cursor movement key, the field backspace, or the record backspace keys. Do not use these keys at this time. The cursor should be in position 1 of the 3rd line of the record. Locate the keys labeled Roll in the lower left of the keyboard. As you can see, these keys have 2 functions. The upper function will move the cursor to the adjacent line. The lower function will displace a logical record from the display screen. The lower function is used in conjunction with a program or as an aid to the programmer or to an IBM service representative. You will use the function shown on the upper part of the keys. While watching the cursor on the screen and holding down the Shift key, press the Roll key, shown with the arrow pointing up. Again, hold down the Shift key and press the Roll key. The cursor should have been on the 3rd line of this record and then have moved up to line 2. Now, move the cursor up to the 1st line. Press the Shift key and Roll key again. The cursor should now be at line 1 of this record. Now, with the cursor in the first position of this record, type in an asterisk, Then type in today's date. Fill in the rest of the line with slashes. Using the Shift and Roll down keys, move the cursor to the first position of the third line of the record. Type in END on this line, then enter the record into the system. If the information you have just typed in was removed from the screen, you did not have the Shift key pressed along with the Roll key. To return the display to the screen, you would press the Enter key. Let's summarize the keys just covered. First, the duplicate key is used to duplicate entries shown on the display screen. Since this is a program-activated key, it may not be active during program execution unless programmed to do so. The inquiry key will allow the operator to interrupt the execution of a program. Using the key, the operator can return to the interrupted program, go to a second program if it is programmed to do so, or end the current executing program. The roll-up keys are dual function keys. The cursor can be moved up or down the lines of a record. The second function must be set up in a program and can be used to display records in a data file. The command key activates the top row of data keys to perform specific user-related functions. The command key is also used to activate system-related functions such as the end of a job sequence using the slash key. You have now completed this exercise and should have operated and gained some experience on the use of and the result of all the keys on the system keyboard. It would be to your advantage to activate the keyboard exercise program again and use the knowledge gained up to this time to try some different key combinations in operating the system. If you decide to do so, stop this tape and then restart it when you are finished with the exercise. Please return to the progress check for this topic, then go to the next topic titled Problem Determination. Problem Determination. This is the exercise for the topic titled Problem Determination. As you might have already seen, the operation of the system could be impaired as a result of system problems. A problem can occur as a result of a mechanical failure, environmental conditions, incorrect system operation, and other situations. It is your responsibility as the operator to identify system problems and resolve them with the least amount of system downtime. Downtime is that period of time that a system cannot be productive as a result of a malfunction. Identification of a system failure can be the simplest part of problem determination in that there might be a message on the display screen stating the problem and identifying the failing unit. The absence of a message could also indicate a system problem. For example, the absence of the initial program load complete message at IPL time could be a result of an incorrect setting of the mode selector switch on the customer engineer control panel. All around us we can see devices that require electrical power which is usually supplied from a wall receptacle. Unless the device is plugged into the receptacle, it will not function. The same point is true for the System 32. The cleanup crew could accidentally pull the plug partially out of the receptacle, which could prevent the system from functioning. There will be times when the printer forms have to be changed. Safety precautions have been taken that prevent the printer from operating unless the cover is completely closed. A message will be displayed indicating that there is a problem with the printer cover interlock if the cover has not been completely closed. As was stated in a previous topic, more information about a particular display message can be found in the System Control Program Messages Guide by looking up the message number associated with the displayed message. To resolve a problem, the operator might only need to follow the instructions on the display screen associated with the message. At other times, it could involve looking up a more detailed message description in the System Messages Guide. In both the above cases, you can resolve the problem without the aid of the IBM Customer Engineer, or CE. There could come a time that the system problem requires the assistance of the CE, the Customer Engineer. The message guide will identify when the CE should be called in. In order that the downtime in this case be kept at a minimum, it is to your advantage to log or write down the steps that were taken just prior to the problem indication. If there were more than one message associated with this problem, they should also be logged or written down. The more assistance in the form of visual indications that can be related to the CE can only help in keeping downtime to a minimum. Let's go through a few of the system problems that you may encounter. As the instructions for this exercise indicated, the system should be operational at this time. As was mentioned earlier, messages will indicate a system problem in most cases. Let's simulate some problems and see just what kind of indications we will get from the system. With the system in an operational mode, let's set up the situation where the system senses that the printer cover is not completely closed. At this time, unlatch and raise the printer cover. To cause some printing to take place, activate the keyboard exercise by entering the procedure name of the system exercise, which is EXER1. Remember, to enter a procedure name, you must press the Enter key after keying in the procedure name. Looking at the display screen, you will see an error message which indicates that the error reset key should be pressed. Do as the message indicates. On the display screen is a message indicating a system problem. Problem solving is a two-step process. Not only must you determine which unit is causing the problem, but you must also respond to the message to try and resolve the problem. In this case, the message on the display indicates that the printer is the problem unit and the cover interlock is not positioned correctly. Look up this message in the System Messages Guide. Restart this tape after reading the message description. Please stop the tape now. Now that you have read the message description, notice that you have the option of responding to this message with a 0, 1, 2, or 3. Which one of these options would you respond with if you wanted to continue on with the job? Well, as a refresher, go to item 3 under this topic. Restart the tape when you have completed the activity. Please stop the tape now. What you have just read describes the results of the options available in this message. To continue with the operation, you could respond with either the 0 or 1 option. Resolve the system problem by closing the printer cover. Now, respond to the message with a 0 option. The 1 option could also be used in this case, since we have corrected the problem and would like to retry the operation. As you can see, the system problem has been resolved and the job is continuing. But keep in mind that were you to respond with a 2 or 3 option, the job would have been canceled. One very important point to keep in mind is that the selection of the most appropriate operator response to a message is just as important as the identification of the problem. Let's summarize the points just covered. First, there are 2 steps involved in problem determination. One is the identification of the failing unit, and the other is the resolution of the problem with the least amount of downtime. Second, problems can be caused by a variety of situations, some of which are mechanical failures, some are environmental conditions, and some are just incorrect system operation. Third, System problems in most cases will be identified by an error message, although the absence of a message could indicate a system problem. Fourth, it is to your advantage to log all unusual conditions leading up to a system problem, which can be used by the customer engineer to diagnose the problem and keep system downtime to a minimum. Fifth, responding to the message is as important as locating the problem unit. An incorrect response could cause the job to terminate when all you planned to do was retry the operation. And sixth, error information can be found in the System Messages Guide along with the Problem Determination section of the Operator's Guide. Problem determination is your responsibility as that of a systems operator. It is one of the responsibilities that will decrease the amount of downtime associated with your system, which in turn will increase system availability. Now that you are finished with the system exercise, do the steps in Figure 30, Part C, to remove the exercise program from the system disk storage area. Remove the operator's course diskette from the system. This is the end of the tape for the topic titled Problem Determination. Go to item 4 under this topic.
This is the end of the audio presentation for this course. Please run the tape fast forward. It will then be ready for the next person to listen to side 3.